If you've been hanging out in West LA recently, there's a good chance that you've seen one of these driving around, a Waymo Robotaxi. As you can see, no driver needed. I'm Renee Ng, and I'll share how they are now offering free rides to the public and why some advocates say that these autonomous vehicles could make roads safer, but not everyone agrees. Each time Damien Kevitt gets ready to cross the street, he's extra careful.
I'm a lot more aware since having lost my leg and surviving that tragedy.
That left him an amputee and almost took his life after a hit-and-run driver struck him while he was riding a bike in Griffith Park in 2013. Since then, he's been advocating for road safety through his nonprofit Streets Are For Everyone. It also means looking at how autonomous vehicles can be part of that solution. As he hops into a Waymo, a robotaxi service now offering free rides in LA.
They can see that pedestrian before we could even see him. Like, I couldn't see that pedestrian.
Kevitt says autonomous cars can reduce human error, decrease traffic fatalities, which surpassed 300 deaths in LA last year for the first time in 2 decades, according to LAPD data. With over 2 million miles on the road, Waymo reports no one has been injured, although its cars were involved in 2 crashes and 18 minor contact events.
That's a discussion that we're having, is how do we make sure that there's regulation put in place so that there's a way to ensure that every company that is involved in this field or will become involved in this has that same level of minimum regulation and minimum transparency.
The rollout of autonomous vehicles in the city, plus safety incidents in San Francisco with another robotaxi service, General Motors Cruise, has some officials worried. A LA City Council committee passed 2 motions looking into more regulation and permitting. Plus, Mayor Karen Bass recently sent a letter to state regulators saying the city should decide how robotaxis expand. She said, quote, "We continue to be optimistic about advancements in transportation technology that have the potential to increase mobility options for all, but we cannot meet these goals without direct input or authority over new modes." Other community members, everywhere we go, including Teamsters and labor leaders, are rallying against autonomous vehicles, worried about safety and job losses, according to Chris Griswold with Teamsters Joint Council 42.
Blocking of fire trucks trying to get to emergencies, police being blocked. Recently in San Francisco, a woman was run over by one of these vehicles and it stopped on top of her.
Griswold is referring to an incident with GM's Cruise Robotaxi. The company has since recalled all 950 self-driving vehicles and suspended their operations. Waymo maintains they have a strong track record, telling Spectrum News 1 that our safety record and driving performance in LA are strong, and we don't believe the letter is an accurate representation of Waymo in our experience. Kevitt says as autonomous vehicle technology develops, it's important for road safety advocates like him to engage with the companies, including Waymo, which he says has better technology and meets a minimum level of safety.
We are going to have autonomous vehicles. It's moving in that direction, but it can be used as part of that solution. And it's important to us that we're in the room with Waymo and with the companies to go, hey, how do we do this right?
In a way he hopes will lead to safer streets.